And we're ready.
Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone is remaining safe. It's really some different times. I don't know, but I hope that we don't ever witness this again. But I hope everyone is staying safe. And at this time, we'll have a roll call for our Monday, July the 20th meeting by Zoom at 1 o'clock. Heather, could you call the roll, please?
Assistant Mayor Teeters.
Present.
Director Harris.
Here.
Director Hollabush.
Present.
Director Brewer.
Here.
Director Minor. Director Peavy.
Here.
Mayor Brown.
Here.
I just do want to mention that Barbara is on the call, but I don't hear her.
Okay.
I think she's got her microphone muted. That's what I'm looking at.
We sent her a request. We can continue.
Do we want to give her a minute to see if we can get her unmuted?
We can continue.
Okay.
She's unmuted.
All right. At this time, we'll discuss our consent agenda, which is items 1, 2, and 3. The first item is approval of the minutes of the regular scheduled meeting on July the 6th. The second is to adopt a resolution appointing Planning Secretary Jamie Finley to the Public Facilities Board to fill the unexpired term of former Planning Secretary Kay Smart. And the third is to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract for the purchase of chemicals for water and wastewater treatment. Executive Director J.D. Phillips. What is the board's desire on the consent agenda?
Mayor, I would like to take about the minutes off the consent agenda and move past everything else so far.
Okay. So item number 1 will be removed from the consent agenda. What is the board's desire on items 2 and 3?
I said, and I will move to accept the other two consent agenda. Well, how many was it? 3 or 2?
There's 2.
More?
It'll be 2 as items 2 and 3. Is there a second?
Yeah, yes.
Second.
Okay, so the consent agenda motion is to adopt items 2 and 3. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the consent agenda item 2 and 3 passes. And Director Harris, discussion of the minutes.
It was that I don't remember the guy, but he read something about that happened last on the 4th of July. He read a statement, and that statement was not included. So, and that's my concern as to why that statement was not included of the person. I don't remember who the person was. I know he had something to do with
it was
the
Mr.
thing they had.
It was
Thing
Mr.
they had
Wood.
down there at the sir.
Yeah, it was Mr. Wood. And I would think,
Okay.
and Heather, correct me if I'm wrong, but his comments were made during citizens communication time would be the reason they wouldn't be attached to the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Is that correct, Heather?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other discussion on the minutes? Okay, if not, I would hear a motion to approve item number 1 on the consent agenda.
Motion to approve, Stephen Hollabush.
There's a second.
Second, Mr. Brewer.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the minutes, item number 1, say aye.
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 Opposed?
No, Laney Harris.
Okay. And the motion passes. So moving on to the regular agenda, item number 4 is to adopt a resolution certifying UPS to participate in a tax back program. City Manager, Dr. Kenny Haskins.
Thank you, Mayor. This is simply a collaboration between the city of Texarkana, Arkansas, Architects Ready, and the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. The Tax Back Initiative is a one-time sales tax credit for our building materials, taxable machinery, equipment commonly referred to as FF&E. This incentive is primarily used for the recruitment, retention of industrial development and distribution. We're looking at approximately a $7 million investment from UPS, and more importantly, the ability to keep these guys on the Arkansas side. So we're real excited that the state's involved in it and ready as well.
And this would just be on their new expansion they've started out there now.
That is correct, Mayor.
Is there any other discussion for Kenny? If not, I would entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
Director Peavy, motion to adopt.
First of all, I always get ahead of myself. I instruct the city attorney to read the resolution.
And we abbreviate it.
Resolution of the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, certifying local government endorsement of businesses to participate in the tax back program is authorized by Section 15-4-206 of the Consolidated Incentive Act of 2003. In order to be considered for participation in the tax back program, the local government must endorse a business to participate in the tax back program, and whereas the local government must authorize the refund of local sales and use taxes as provided in the Consolidated Incentive Act of 2003, and whereas that endorsement must be made on a specific form available to the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, and whereas UPS, located at 3215 East 50th Street, Texarkana, Arkansas, has sought to participate in the program more specifically as requested benefits accruing from the expansion of their distribution operations at their current location, and whereas UPS has agreed to furnish the local government all necessary information for compliance, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that UPS be endorsed by the City of Texarkana, Arkansas for benefits from sales and use tax as provided by Section 15-4-206D of the Consolidated Incentive Act of 2003. Number two, the Department of Finance and Administration is authorized to refund local sales and use taxes to UPS. Three, the resolution shall take effect immediately. Passed and approved this 20th day of July 2020.
You've heard the resolution read by the city attorney. Is there any other discussion? If not, I would entertain a motion to adopt.
Director Peavy, motion to adopt.
Second.
Ulysses Brewer, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, could you call the roll, please?
Peters,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Hollybush,
Yes.
Brewer,
Yes.
Minor, Peavy,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes. So the resolution is adopted. Moving on to our next item, item number 5 is to consider the following action concerning 6 substandard structures. To conduct a public hearing to receive comments regarding certification of certain delinquent taxes and adopt a resolution certifying the amount to be put on the tax books as delinquent and collected accordingly. Sean Maxey, our building official. At this time, we will open and conduct a public hearing concerning these 6 substandard structures. Sean or Tyler, are you on?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going to take care of this.
Okay.
So we've got these 6 structures that we demolished, and we've been unsuccessful on collecting what we have spent to demolish those structures. So we're just trying to get these lien liens placed. All of these are from demolished structures. It's not from weed lots or anything.
Does anybody have any questions for Tyler?
I do, Laney Harris, and after that, what money was used in the demolition?
On some of them, they were CDBG funds. On others, they come directly out of our public works. Budget.
And which was which? Well, do you have that? And my question is, why are they being mixed? That's my second question.
Okay, I apologize. I do not have that information in front of me. It would take me a little bit to get that information.
But Tyler, those that are in the CBDG areas are the ones that are qualify for that funding from that grants to dispose of them, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So if they're not in those areas, they come out of Public Works.
Yeah. So if these structures are within that CDBG area, we can use that funding to tear down these structures, which is a huge blessing to us because we don't have near enough money in the public works budget to cover all the structures that we need to take down. So that's a huge blessing to have that money for this, as well as many other things in those areas.
Could you provide Director Harris a list of the ones that were in those CDBG areas, the ones that were not?
Mayor.
Absolutely.
May I intervene, Mayor?
Yes.
I kind of know which one it may. I'm assuming that I don't have the record, but I'm assuming the one that was on Charles Street. But that's not my reason why I'm against putting a lien on it. I'm not against putting a lien on the city if the city used in the money. But since you got a combination of city and CBG money, it is no way to right now determine as to which one. If it came back as the city money only, I'd probably vote for this, but to come back with CBG money, my thoughts and my concept is that the city got CBG money, which is federal grant money based on poor people in poor areas, and then they utilize this money, I guess, should they use to help to benefit them, but to come back and put a lien on a property which the city is not out of money per se, that's what I have a problem with. And then the lien is put on the front end, meaning that if this is for past conversation, asking the city attorney, which he can correct me if I'm wrong, that's put on the front end. So if you pay somebody, which they did pay somebody to tear down the house on Charles Street, because I talked to the people who were there. The city did not tear those down. They contract them out. And my concern, and I think it was about, I don't know what the amount it was, but the person got to pay, if it was $2,000 or $3,000, they got to pay that money on the front end when they pay their property tax. If not, they gonna go in the rear of that. And then after 3 years in the rear, it goes to the state. Then the state end up becoming selling the property for lack of paying property tax. So that's my concern is that the city is putting a lien on the front end and not on the back end. I mean, on the back end, it only become an issue if the property is sold by the individually. And then once that, and also the city gonna end up cutting those property if they ain't already started, because I'm quite sure the person who have those properties at the present, I'm quite sure they're not going to go and pay $2,000 or $3,000 on the front end for those two houses was turned down on Charles Street. And the reason why I'm using on Charles Street, because I'm aware of those two happening. I'm aware of how they got burnt down and well, I said, yeah, burnt down, or should I say allegedly burnt down. I wasn't there actually see the person that was living in the house and how the house got burned down. So I use the words alleged got burned down. But and that's my concern, and that's probably why I'm against this. I don't know if it's an ordinance or resolution based on that concept.
Is there any other discussion? If not, do I do I hear a motion to adopt this resolution?
Stephen Hollowbush, motion to adopt.
Do I have a second?
Director Peavy, second.
George, could you read the resolution?
Whereas notice was given pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1454904 to the property owners identified below of a hearing before the Texarkana, Arkansas Board of Directors to determine the amount of the lien, if any, to be placed on the properties identified below for the expense incurred by the city for removal of structures from and/or the cutting or cleaning of such parcel of real property under the provisions of Arkansas Code annotated 1456201 at sequence and Arkansas Code annotated 1454901 at sequence in the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Code of Ordinances, including without limitation, Chapter 11, Article 6. And whereas such notice was given pursuant to applicable law, including without limitation, Arkansas Code annotated 1454901 at sequence, more than 30 days prior to the date of the hearing, and stated that the hearing on the matter would be before the Board of Directors on July 20, 2020, commencing at 1:00 p.m. And whereas a hearing on such claim by the city was held this date pursuant to said notice and in accordance with the provisions of applicable law, including without limitation 1454901 at sequence in the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Code of Ordinances, whereas the properties at issue, property owners and lien amounts with the amount of the lien on said parcel being the city's incurred expense for such parcel plus 10% penalty as provided by law, including without limitation 1454904 are as follows. The street address and parcel number, legal description, owner of mailing address and the cost plus 10 are 1305 Laurel, Lot 5, Block 2 of Dutchman's First Edition, Ollie and Queen E. Davis, care of Andrea Johnson, 4017 Potomac Avenue, Texarkana, Texas, 75503, $6,270. 1301 Booker, Lot 7, Block 3, Iron Mountain Edition, Uriah Williams, 1405 Hancock, Texarkana, Arkansas, $4,400. 1122 Mary, Lot 30, Block 8, Braunhoff's Edition, Denise Chappelle, P.O. Box 7764, Texarkana, Texas, 75505, $4,950. 307 Charles, Lot 6, Block 2 of Robert Orr's First Edition, William Edmond, 307 Charles, Texarkana, Arkansas, 71854, $2,970. 309 Charles, Lot 5, Block 2, Robert Orr's First Edition, Ola Mae Collins, 309 Charles, Texarkana, Arkansas, 71854, $2,970. 925 County, Lot 3, Block 1, J.B. Bryant's Edition, Antonio Procadio, P.O. Box 122, Locksburg, Arkansas, 71846, $6,600 for a total of $28,160. And whereas the Board of Directors has determined there should be certified to the Miller County, Arkansas tax collector to be placed on the books as delinquent taxes the amount set forth for each said parcel of real property. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the amounts set forth above are hereby certified to the tax collector for Miller County, Arkansas for placement on the tax books as delinquent taxes on the respective parcels of real property identified and described above, and collected accordingly as provided for by applicable law, including without limitation Arkansas Code annotated 1454901 at sequence, passed and approved this 20th day of July 2020.
Okay, I did apologize. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So we had a public hearing that was open. We have discussion. Is there any other discussion before I close the public hearing? I'll declare the public hearing closed. We have a motion and a second, and you've heard the resolution. Is there any other discussion prior to asking for a vote to approve? If not, Heather, could you call the roll, please?
Peters,
Yes.
Harris,
No.
Hollowbush, Hollis, you're muted.
Yes.
Brewer,
Yes.
Peavy,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes, and the resolution passes. Okay,
Hey,
moving
Mayor,
on. Yes, sir.
Mayor,
Yes,
may
sir.
I ask, well, I would like, the next time he bring this up, I would like for the city to bring up distinguish between what is used by city funds and what is used by, CBG fund, and having it two, separate, things, you know,
Okay, so noted. So moving on to regular item number 6, consider the following action concerning substandard structures. Conduct a public hearing regarding the demolition of 8 substandard structures. Adopt a resolution condemning 8 substandard structures for demolition. Sean Maxey, our local building official. At this time, we'll open a public hearing regarding the demolition of these 8 substandard structures.
Okay, so these, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all right.
no, I would just want to know, ask how was these, structure, chosen? Because back in December, last year, I drove around Ward 2 and I gave him, which I see 2 of these is on there. The one that's on, Prince, 2 on Prince Street and the one in the Mount Addition, no, the one over in San Flat area. I noticed that one is on there about the burnt house. And I also is aware that you can only do so many, houses in a certain area, too. You can't, I don't know, you may be limited to maybe so many houses in the area. I don't know if that played a part in it, but I know that I had gave the address on Washington Street, Dudley, Orleans, Euclid, and the corner of Prince and Prince Street. And also it was the one on the corner of Prince, Spring Street and Jackson Street. But the reason why I'm bringing these up, because I noticed that the one that was that we just put the lien on Charles Street, that was towed down within 6 months of a year after it came on fire. And some of these right here, what I just named out, they've been going on for at least two years or more. So I'm just trying to find out what is the criteria that the city is using to put a house on the list to be burnt, to be towed down.
Yeah, I understand. The area or ward has absolutely nothing to do with how we choose these structures. We first start with the structures that are burned. Those are the ones that need to come down the quickest. After we go through those, if we still have more money to spend, at that time we go on in chronological order based on when that structure was condemned. Based on when we first tagged that structure. I'm sorry, we're condemning these. So we start with the burned structures, then we just move into chronological order and complaints. But certainly we don't factor into that. All of these structures are burned with the exception of one. The one on Hilltop is the only one on this list that's not burned.
Is there any other discussion during this public hearing? Hearing none, I declare the public hearing closed. At this time, we'd have the city attorney read the resolution.
The Public Works Department has requested an order of condemnation under Section 11-87 of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Code of Ordinances on the following property: 1209 Ash, all of Lot 5, Block 3, Lot 5, Dutchman's First Edition, Milton and Elwood, Shannon, care of Milton Shannon, 120 East 19th Street, Texarkana, Arkansas 71854. 2625 Delaware, all of Lot 13, Block 4, Lot 13, Springer's Edition, Leela Henderson Ayers, care of Grace Pennick, 120 West Davis, Kerrville, Texas, 78028. 926 Grand, the North, 96.2 2 feet of the north part of Lot 5, Block 1, Lot 5, Builders Edition. Tom and I'm not good at pronunciation here. 207 Baden, Texarkana, Arkansas 71854, 1502 Hilltop. All of Lot 1 and the north 40.5 feet of Lot 2, Block 2, Lot 2, Hilltop, McKeever's Edition. C-50 Land Trust, care of Aaron Herm, trustee, P.O. Box 881655, Port St. Lucie, Florida, 34988, 5542 Old Blackman Ferry Road. It's in the 16th of 628 West, the north acre, southwest corner, the northeast, Sharon Crosby, 5542 Old Blackman Ferry, Texarkana, Arkansas, and also an address of 2708 Rose, Texarkana, Arkansas, both 71854, 306 Prince, all of Lot 18, Block 11, Lot 18 of the Williams South Side, Leon Davis Sr., 306 Prince, Texarkana, Arkansas, 71854, 402 Prince, all of lots 14 and 15, Block 11, Lot 15, Williams South Side, Patricia L. Smith, P.O. Box 68 in Falk, Arkansas, 71854. Whereas the owners of the listed properties have been notified that the structure of the property is in violation of applicable code, including any applicable violation of the Arkansas Fire Prevention Code and the International Property Maintenance Code, but little or no work has been done on the structure and the allowed time period has lapsed for the owners to voluntarily bring the structure into compliance. Whereas the Public Works Department has attempted to notify by certified mail the last owner of record of each property, informing them that the Board of Directors will consider declaring the structure, including all structures on the property, a nuisance. And whereas the notice of condemnation will be sent to the owner of record, allowing 30 days to obtain a permit for repairs, permit to demolish the structure and clear the property, failing which the city will have the right to demolish the structure after giving the property owner at least 10 days notice, remove any personal property. And whereas the city manager and staff recommend board approval, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the above property is condemned under the provisions of Section 1187 or other applicable sections of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Code of Ordinances, and that the Public Works Department shall provide the owner of record with notices of the condemnation and allow 30 days for repairs or demolition by such property owner, that the Public Works Department is authorized to demolish any of the above described structures that are not repaired or demolished within a 30-day period after giving the owner at least 10 days in which to remove any personal items. Passed and approved this 20th day of July 2020.
Laney Harris move for adoption.
Teeter, second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, could you call the roll, please?
Peters,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Hollebush,
Yes.
Brewer,
Yes.
Peavy,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes. So the resolution passes. At this time, we'll move into citizens communication time. Heather, do we have anyone that wishes to address the board during citizens communication time?
Not received anything, no.
Anyone have anything else prior to?
Yes, Mayor, I would like to follow up about the dog pound issue with the city manager, if he's still on the site. Mr. Thomas Hall has stated to me that he went down there again about the dog and they had got rid of the dog. So he's real frustrated. He felt that he was intentionally done wrong about the dog issue at the dog pound. And he also requests, which I think maybe not a bad idea, could he go down there? He was willing to pay to get the dog. I think it was $65. But since the dog is gone, I think he should be able to go down there and pick the dog out at his choice without paying the adoption fee. And I guess the city manager can contact Mr. Hall as to whether he agreed with this what I'm bringing forward here as sales communication or not. So
That would be my understanding that that decision would come from Kenny and the animal shelter director. Kenny,
Yeah,
are
I
you
mean,
still on the call?
Yes, if Mr. Hall wanted to contact me regarding something of this nature, he has every right to do so, sir.
Okay. All right.
And Mayor, I have a comment also, I guess during citizens communication. This is concerning the statement that our police department put out in the newspaper concerning their lack of enforcement on our governor's mask mandate. I have been asked by several, and the main question I've been asked is, does our police have the authority to pick and choose which laws they're going to enforce? And maybe if we, when we ever get back to normal and we start meeting again, I would like to consider going into executive session to discuss this.
So noted. Is there any other comments from the board? Okay, if not, our next meeting, which Kenny, I'm assuming right this time, again, it will be by Zoom.
That is correct, Mayor.
So our next meeting will be Monday, August the 3rd. At this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Brewer, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Stephen
Second,
Hall,
Peters.
second.
Okay, could you call the roll, please?
Peters,
Yes.
Harris,
yes.
Hollebush,
Yes.
Brewer,
Yes.
Peavy,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes. And we're adjourned. Thank you.